Hey everyone, welcome to Hold Up with Hannah. I'm Hannah Khan, and I'm so happy to be joined by one of my favorite stars from the Bravo show Summer House, Paige DeSorbo.
How are you?
I'm great, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you. I wish this was in person.
I know. So where are you quarantined right now?
So right now I'm in Long Island with my boyfriend, but I previously was in Albany with my parents for like a month and a half, and it was like being at a hotel.
So tonight is the season finale of Summer House.
So crazy.
What can we look forward to?
So tonight, it's kind of like all of our loose ends are tied up. Anyone's fight that, perpetuated through the summer, we kind of like end it. And then our reunion is tonight as well, which doing a reunion over Zoom I personally liked it because we tend to jump in and talk over each other. So it was very tamed.
You were in a Zoom with Andy Cohen?
Crazy.
Check that off the list.
I am still so starstruck by him. It's like I could see him once a day and I'm still like, oh my God, that's Andy Cohen.
No legend.
For him to come on a Zoom and be in like a hooded sweatshirt and just be like, how crazy is it, like our world that we're living? It's just like so refreshing because he's so down to earth and like a normal human. But it was really fun.
Does it get heated at all?
Oh, it definitely gets heated. It starts out very nice. We're all very nice to each other. And then we kind of get in the weeds of things that happened throughout the summer. And there's definitely some fights, but everything comes to an end and a conclusion. And so it's really nice.
I can't wait to watch. Now, since it's a Zoom, did you text Hannah and Amanda throughout? Because technically you could do that. Like right now, I could like text you and no one would really know.
It's so funny because I used my cell phone for the Zoom because I had set up like my room and like this like nice set, and my dress was like huge and took up like half of the screen. But when I got off of the Zoom, I had like so many text messages from Hannah being like, oh my God, I can't believe they just said that, or like certain things, but I couldn't see it till after. So it was actually very funny.
So funny. Maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Did you wear heels to the reunion?
Okay. So glad you asked that because I did. It was waist up, but I just felt like here I am in this dress. I want to like have good posture and be like sitting up. And I just feel better when I'm in heels. So I did wear heels even though no one ever saw them.
I love that you did, Paige. On last week's episode, you guys did a roast. Was there any lingering resentment over some of the things that were said?
The one thing I will say is a roast is never a good idea. If someone thinks it's a good idea, it's not. But the other thing is that we all do have a good sense of humor. So like nothing anyone said to me did I take like actually to heart. There's probably like a little bit of truth in every insult, but like it's fun. It's supposed to be funny. So no one, I think, really took it to heart.
You had some zingers.
I was like, okay, like how mean are we being? And everyone was like, we're being mean. Like we're gonna really say things. And I was like, okay. So then when everyone went, I was like sitting there and I was like last to go. And I was like, oh God, mine are so mean. Like, I don't know if I can say that.
We saw another side of you at the roast calling out Lindsay.
Obviously we make up because we're still friends, and we were talking the other day and I was like, look, I, at the end of the day, love you so much. And I apologize for, acting out of character, because that really isn't me to blow up on someone like that. But also it made one heck of an episode, so.
Okay, what's a reality TV show without a little drama, right?
Right, exactly.
Well, speaking of, let's talk Luke and Hannah. Where do things stand between them now?
Luke and Hannah are kind of in the same situation that they were last summer. They talk all the time. They're great friends, but they are not in a relationship. I think they're both talking to other people, but it's a very close bond, and they definitely have that like flirty back and forth, but there's no label to them.
How do you feel about that, Paige?
Part of me is like, I told you so. But then the other part of me is like, that's my best friend. So whatever makes her happy, I'm fine with. And I don't think she ever wanted to date him and be his girlfriend, but they're kind of still in that, like, what are we? Are we anything? But I mean, they're very close. So
How did you and Hannah come up with the idea for Giggly Squad? The name came from Kyle?
So the first episode, Kyle calls us the Giggly Squad because he's yelling at Amanda for laughing with us. And when we watched that episode, I remember calling Hannah and being like, that is hilarious that he called us Giggly Squad. And she was like, I mean, that's the name of our podcast. So
It's perfect.
it's perfect. I'm hoping that Kyle's not going to try and trademark it and take it from us, but I feel like it's ours now.
Kyle and Amanda were supposed to get married in September of this year. Is their wedding still on for that?
They haven't canceled their wedding yet because it is at the end of September, so I'm not sure what's happening. We did have to cancel her bachelorette party, which was very sad, but we will do something for her before she gets married. It's just such a confusing time because so many people are canceling their weddings in the summer, and I think she's just waiting a few more months to see what happens. So I feel horrible for her because I know she was so stressed in the beginning planning everything, and then everything did come together. They set a date, they have their guest list and everything, and now she's just kind of like in this weird limbo where she's just waiting.
It looks like Steven and Lindsay are still together.
Yes. Steven is, and when I say this, I'm telling the truth, one of, if not the nicest humans I've ever met in my life. I mean, you know when it's like you meet someone and they just have this like calm energy and you're like, I just need you around all the time. That is him. And Lindsay has such a fiery personality that I've never met someone who's dated her that kind of just evens her out in certain situations. And I feel like they balance each other so well.
This is my favorite season yet.
It's a crazy one. We didn't expect it to be as crazy as it was.
How has this season felt different than last season?
I think anyone's second season on a reality show is a lot crazier than their first. Like, I mean, we have so many upsides to our jobs, but of course there's like certain downsides of like social media bullying and like just people say insane things. But we had a great time filming this season, and I feel like we all got so much closer and grew so much as people, especially watching it back. And like when one of us is getting hate, it's so nice to see that like another member of the house will like jump in and be like, don't like say that to her, like you have no idea what you're talking about. So I feel like we're different from certain reality shows where like we all genuinely are friends and like have each other's backs. So it's really nice.
Do you forget that the hidden cameras are there?
It's so crazy when I tell people this. I love reality TV and I've watched it for years. I mean, I grew up watching Bravo, and I would watch certain things and I'd be like, are they stupid? Do they not remember that there's a camera on them 24/7? And then after my first season, I would say the second weekend of my first season, you completely forget, because one, you forget that the house cameras are there because it just becomes like normal. And then the actual camera crew, you end up building such a relationship with them as friends and people, so that when they're in your room and yes, they're holding a camera, you just forget. You're like, oh, that's like Jim and he's my friend and he just like happens to be in my room. So it sounds so crazy, but you really do get so used to it that you forget.
You know they installed a camera in the pantry because of you.
So I think they actually installed it after my first summer, like at the end of the summer, but Carl and I had fizzled out. And then this year we came back and the pantry had kind of converted into like the secret makeout spot to like where people would go and cry, which was like a very different situation from the summer before. I feel like Amanda's cried in there. Lindsay cried in there. It's kind of like when you just like need a moment to yourself, the pantry has turned into like a very sacred place.
Okay, now can we talk about Perry?
Yeah, all day long.
You two seem so happy together.
He is such a breath of fresh air to like date someone who lets me be myself and thinks that everything I say is funny. And also like he owns an Italian restaurant, which is like my dream come true.
And also, he's a man. You needed a man.
I love that you said that. He's like a full grown adult. And sometimes I'm like, he'll do something and I'll remember, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot. You're like a real human. You're like a real adult.
You said that Perry told you to have a manicure all of 2020. Are you guys engaged?
Oh, no. I think we were just really in our honeymoon phase at that point. We were just saying like crazy things back and forth. We're definitely not ready for marriage. I certainly am not. We're not living together. Currently, we're living together in quarantine, but I just feel like there's no rush. He's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. But one day, I would assume something will happen.
Is Perry going to make more appearances on Summer House in the future?
So we've talked about it because it's so up in the air for like this summer, what's going on, and we never really find out until June anyway. It's so interesting because like this was my life before I met him and I signed up to do this, and I would never force a reality TV show on someone, and it's just sometimes not people's thing. So I totally respect him in not wanting to film. And also, I mean, you watch the show, our house is a bunch of psychos. So I kind of love that he doesn't see me in that element. But he's definitely on the show in terms of like Instagram videos and like when we're just alone together. And so I feel like it works. It's the best of both worlds.
I was going to ask, is Summer House still filming this summer?
I have no idea. Like we have no idea.
Well, you guys basically quarantined in the Hamptons together anyway.
Yeah, we do. I just think there's a lot of logistics in terms of like filming and social distancing. Time will tell. We have no idea yet.
Paige, you're now a Bravo celebrity.
I don't think so.
Yes,
I'm definitely the last one. I'm the last one. I would never put myself in a category with Erica Jane because I think that she's like queen of everything. But thank you.
Why hasn't there been a Real Housewives of New York crossover?
I don't know. Hopefully someone watching this makes that happen. Because they're always out in the Hamptons.
I would love to see Sonia hit on Carl.
I would die to see. I would pay large amounts of money to see that. What if they started dating?
They could.
It's not a crazy idea at all.
Maybe Carl just needed an older woman this whole time.
Yeah. Honestly, yes.
Now it's time for some front page news.
You have so much to chat about.
Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik are expecting a baby. Thoughts?
I'm so obsessed with them. Like, beyond. I think that she will be a great mother because remember watching like Yolanda on Housewives and how much she just like loved Bella and Gigi. So I feel like it's just born in Gigi to be a great mom. I just think they're going to make one, the best combination of a child, whether it's a boy or
the most
girl.
Beautiful baby.
The most beautiful. And like, they're obviously going to be a supermodel because it just runs in the family.
Which celebrities would you want to quarantine with?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think that Chrissy Teigen would be great to quarantine with because I feel like she would make amazing meals. And I would love to have John Legend in the other room just like playing music. And then like playing with the two kids. I feel like that would be a great house to quarantine in.
All right, let's do outfit deets and looks for less quarantine edition.
I have been obsessed with getting sets. And I wanted to get the Skims because everybody had them. And then, you know, I was just like, oh, I'm not going to like waste like a bunch of money on this. And I love just like the act of finding a dupe. It just like thrills me. So I found this set that is pants and a top that is literally the same material from ASOS. And it was like $50.
Amazing.
One of my hacks is buying like cheaper sweatpants from like Pretty Little Thing or Misguided or ASOS, and then just wearing the same color top. And it looks like you're in a full monochrome outfit, and it definitely elevates your at-home wear because it looks like you have a full outfit on, and it just looks a lot more put together.
The Met Gala would have been on Monday. Is it your dream to attend one day?
It's been a dream since I was little. First of all, I just love seeing what the themes are because I never understand them. And then I love seeing how the celebrity interprets them. It's really like my Super Bowl. The Met Gala is my Super Bowl.
Have you thought about designing your own line of clothes or accessories?
I would love to have my own fashion line. I know it's like a huge undertaking, and obviously with like this all going on, I feel like it's just not the right time.
Yeah.
But I've always thought about having a line of just, you know, staple pieces that I feel every girl needs to have in their wardrobe that's very interchangeable with different outfits. And of course, I would want everything to be under $100 because that's just a must, and that's just who I am as a human.
Paige, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. You're always so fun to talk to and easy to talk to.
Thank you. I love watching you shine on Summer House,
so much.
on Amazon Live, and of course on your social media. So where can people follow you?
My Instagram is Paige_DeSorbo, and I'm like recently getting into TikTok, and it's the same handle for that.
Before we go, do you have a message you'd like to share with everyone in these difficult times?
I just want everyone to know that like it's going to be okay, and I just hope that everyone is safe and healthy.
It was so good to see you. Take care.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I can't wait to watch the finale.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to tune in to the season finale of Summer House tonight on Bravo. I'll see you next time.